We're heading to Minindee Lakes today, and we're going to check out Lake Pamamaroo, the school of carp. Remember the fish kill, the woolshed that's now in the national park, tourist attractions, lightning strike.
Hello world, mates, wives, friends, family, and all you bloody sticky beans.
This morning we left Tilpa, heading for Minindee Lakes. Well, I find this a bit interesting. One chick with dad. Come on, Dad, keep up. Yeah, you normally find 3 or more chicks with one emu. I spotted this waterhole on their way through to Wilkania from Tilpa. It was interesting. Not sure how much longer it will last. The hot weather seems to evaporate a lot of the water out of these waterholes, and so it'll be interesting to know how deep it is even. Interesting how often these dirt types change on the roads between towns. We're in Wilkania.
Water is life, river is our heartbeat.
It's just magnificent.
We're between Wilkania and Minindee Lakes on the western side of the Darling River.
Wilkania River.
Wait, what did I say?
Wilkania.
Oh, something. Harvey Bay, Hervey Bay. Womba, T-Bar.
No, that's just abbreviation.
Well, I might have been abbreviated. You don't know.
You may know. Nothing good.
Sorry.
What speed you been doing?
Oh, 60, 70. A little bit under 80. Going 60 now. A little bit off. Been heavy going, but sucking fuel.
I can cut that out.
Yes. There's a lot of land out here with nothing on it except a few trees and some prickles. Oh, and some sheep.
Not what we were expecting, ladies and gentlemen. We're driving up to this railway crossing with a stop sign, and I hear, Tin Pot goes, "Oh, is that a train?" And we looked over to our right, and here came a train. Starting to get a bit squeaky there, Mark. I was just worried about getting up and over the lump.
I was starting to wonder where the road went. Where did we go? Scrub?
Oh, hopefully the next one beeps too.
We're at Lake Pamamaroo, and this is the inlet gates into the lake out of the Darling River. So they opened that up this morning. It's following the channel out, down and around into the lake. All the birds are out here getting free feed. No, Darling's barely flowing in. Lake Pamamaroo Inlet Regulator. Yeah, so that's the Darling, where she flows in, which is back up, runs back up into Queensland. And the other tributaries that belong. Condamine Inlet feeders like Spring Creek up at Twinmary Falls, it all runs down here and we get enough rain up there.
So we're down at the main weir on the Darling The main weir actually blocks the Darling from flow continuing through, diverts the water into one of the lakes in the Menindee Lakes, massive area holding the water, and the water slowly runs out of there through another weir and runs back into the Darling, so they actually control the flow down the river.
Even Tin Pot's bloody amused by this. I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not, but there's just a line up, just this wall, and don't worry about that. If you go down over where the blocks are, you can see the carp swimming around down there as well. There are some good sized fish amongst that. Not that catching carp would be my number one activity, however. Holy crap,
Carp.
This is insane. Wouldn't that be fun? Down there with a fly rod. Just landing those little buggers. Oh, so much fun. But you're not allowed to fish here. So they're safe.
I don't know if you can see the change in colour out there, but what's happened is a couple of days ago they opened up the gates into the lake from the Darling River, and the change in colour is out of the river. The wind's been actually blowing towards where we are standing, so it's kept all that water over on this side of the lake. It actually looks like there's a cloud hanging over us. You get that change in colour, but no, it's not the case. It's definitely where they've let the water in. Lake Pamamaroo outlet regulator. So this takes the water out of the lake and runs it through a couple of these stop gates by the looks of it. And out there somewhere would be the inlet. That's Lake Pamamaroo. So yeah, so it goes across here. See if I can fall over the guardrail. Oh, we've got cars coming. So the water that comes out of those gates comes through into here and goes out down below there. You can see people fishing down here. I'm not sure if the sign says no fishing, but they certainly are. I don't think anybody really cares because the amount of carp that is around here, they all catch them, so can't hurt. Anyway, good luck to them, I reckon. You got to have a fishing licence, fishing New South Wales on the rivers, creeks and so forth. So fishing licence for fishing the ocean and the rivers. Opposite to Queensland. Queensland, you need a permit to fish in the dams, not the rivers or ocean. Just down there, past those rocks at the base there's actually a tree there with a sign on it, and that's actually Burke and Wills rest area, campsite they pulled up at. There's a few of them. We've seen a few of those stops. Obviously this would have been up on the way up. I don't know if you've heard the story or not.
Dos Hamat from Afghanistan to take part in the Burke and Wills expedition. 24 camels and their handlers sailed from Karachi and landed in Melbourne in June 1860. Dos Muhammad was one of 4 that manned the camp at the now famous Dig Tree near Cooper's Creek. They waited 4 months for the main party to return, abandoning the camp to return to the Menindee only hours before Burke returned to Cooper's Creek depot. Dos Hamat injured by one of the camels, resulting in the loss of an arm. Dos Hamat stayed in Menindee, working for some time in the local bakery run by William R. Chung. Dos Muhammad was buried here in the place where he made his daily prayers.
Watch out, it's a bit salty on the underside.
Menindee will be best remembered by most of us as the location of the massive fish die-off. It is said that over 1 million fish died in these events that covered 40 kilometres of the lower Darling River downstream from Minindee Lakes in New South Wales.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stand up for the river and make sure we put the interests of the Darling in Australia. Dead fish, a massive stink. Oh, sorry, I'm going to stop. It effectively houses to millions. This government, any last words, Nick?
I feel sorry for Jeremy, I'll tell you.
No.
Poor bastard. I hope he survives.
Standing on the edge of Lake Pamamaroo, outlet channel or / creek, and just look at the size of these gum trees. They are huge. They've been here for like forever. There's just heaps of them lying on the edge of these creeks and channels and wetland areas. It's pretty impressive. So this channel that runs down through from the lake where we camp. This is the outlet channel from the lake. And yeah, she's a decent size, so. And that runs down onto the edge of the Darling. But just check out all these trees that have been here forever. And it's just bush and swamp-like area, I suppose, when it floods. It's just amazing. Just amazing. Just amazing. Would you come over and knock on the door and say, "Let me in"? I would.
However, I didn't have any dog. Well, I said, are we going to be right?
Yeah, we'll be sitting.
We'll book them. And you know.
Just lay back in bed and kiss our asses goodbye. This is when branches fall off trees and this sort of shit. Oh, I'm seeing that big jet on here. Menindee Lake system normally holds 1,731 gigalitres, but within certain constraints can hold a volume of 2,050 gigalitres. The combined surface area of the four lakes is around about 457 kilometres squared when full. 1,730 gigalitres of water, equivalent to Sydney Harbour being filled 3.5 times, or in relation to swimming pools, Olympic swimming pools, 692,000 Olympic swimming pools. So it's 4,000 kilometres across Australia. So if you were to put a swimming pool end on end from the east coast of Australia to the west coast of Australia, which is 4,000 kilometres, you would travel from one side of Australia to the other 8.65 times. That's a lot. Just to put it in a better perspective, that's a hell of a lot of water.
And as the plaques are shown around the streets, I stumbled across this certificate, or copy of a certificate, for Joseph Edwards. It was a general certificate of exemption to leave the reserve or mission at which they live to go to work. Additional benefits include walk freely through town without being arrested, curfews applied, enter a shop or hotel, may or may not be served at proprietor's discretion. He was prohibited from speaking in native language, prohibited from engaging in dance rituals, native customs, associating with fellow Indigenous people, including family, was prohibited. And that was dated on the 10th day of March in 1951. Pretty tough, I reckon. Very tough. Driving around Menindee streets, you'll see these plaques posted on all the streets. Also, you'll find a couple of old remnants from what looks to be gypsy vans and carriages in the back streets. And if you follow this back street out of town, you'll actually go out to the woolshed. Kinchega National Park, west of Menindee, was originally a sheep station from 1870 through to 1967, when it was turned into a national park. The woolshed still remains and is on display, but don't forget to get your permit. This pit toilet may not be a joke, and then again, it's certainly funny. The sign reads, "The pit, long drop style pit toilet are housed in this timber and corrugated iron frame shed. They were built over an old station rubbish dump which has possible archaeological significance but has not yet been excavated." Yeah, we interrupt this broadcast for this important information from Tin Pot.
Subscribe to Tin Pot Traveller's Wall. Click the movie you want to watch, bring up the information bar, arrow up, across, into channel, and there's your subscribe. Hit it and you are subscribed. It is that easy.
And in the next episode, you'll see this.
How did the hamburger know he needed new pants? His buns were showing. What do you call a sleeping T-Rex? A dino snore. Oh dear. Did you hear about the first restaurant to open on the moon? It had great food but no atmosphere. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Nothing, it just waved. Got nothing. What kind of shorts do clouds wear? Thunder pants. It's like a superhero jacket. Mr. Thunderpants, no? How do you measure a snake? In inches, they don't have feet. Two windmills are standing on a wind farm. One asks, "What's your favourite kind of music?" The other replies, "I'm a big metal fan."
That's all, folks. Till next time.